Hey there, I'm John.
And I'm Josh.
And we're talking about college football. And we're looking at week 9. How can it be week 9 when I feel like I've only watched a few weeks of football? But
I know.
it is. And so this is not it's our Halloween special. And it's not that special.
No.
There's not a lot of exciting games, intriguing games. Let's just start off with the most intriguing ones we can find. And one would be number 25, Boise State. They're at 1-1 Air Force. What do we expect?
I think this game was just worth mentioning because Air Force has a tendency of really surprising Boise a lot of years. That being said, Air Force just lost to San Jose State this past week. Makes you think that maybe they're just not as good as they have been in the past. So I would expect Boise State to win this game.
It is tough one, though,
pretty
because
convincingly.
they often have Boise's number, and I'm not sure what that is.
It's a triple option. It's just a dangerous, dangerous game to play against.
Yep. Then we had a 4-2 Boston College is going to be facing number 1 Clemson at Clemson.
The ACC it's just such a mess because Boston College barely loses to UNC, demolished by Virginia Tech, just destroyed by Virginia Tech. Makes you think they don't stand a chance, right?
It does. That's what it makes me think. We'll see.
I mean, I think Clemson wins by 21 plus points.
I expect it to be pretty big as well. Yeah. And then Memphis is going to be at number 7 Cincinnati. Cincinnati off this big win against SMU. And
man, I'm not picking against Cincinnati again. I'm saying they win this one and they win it big.
Yeah. But Memphis is not a bad team.
They're not.
I mean, that's the thing
I'm pretty sure they lost to SMU though. And what did Cincinnati do to them?
That's a good point.
I mean,
that's a great
point.
I
just think Cincinnati wins this one big.
Yeah. All right, then we have, and mentioning this one only because it's a big rivalry, Michigan State at Michigan. But what are we expecting in this one?
I think that Michigan's got this one in the bag. It looks
like a broken
Harbaugh
record,
has a pretty darn good team. I just have a hard time seeing any of these be upsets, right? Michigan just seems like they're going to manhandle Michigan State this game. And it's at the big house.
That's exactly what it feels like.
I don't know what the rules in the Big Ten look like as far as fans go, but if Michigan has fans as well, that's just rough for Michigan State.
It would be. Then we have number 17, Indiana.
Love my Hoosiers.
Big win this past week. They're going to be at Rutgers. Rutgers had, just beat Michigan State this past week.
First conference win since 2017.
Woo! Wow. Yeah, that's big. And so they're coming in. What do we expect to happen in this one?
You can tell that the rankings are an absolute mess right now because Indiana all of a sudden jumps into rankings out of absolutely nowhere for beating a Penn State team who is clearly overrated.
Yes.
Or overranked, I should say. That being said, Rutgers, Indiana, I think it could be a pretty good game. I'm going to give the nod towards Indiana just because they have the momentum riding on their side, especially.
This is a tougher one to call though because it literally could go either way, as opposed to all these other games we've just talked about that we can't see it going a different direction. Then again, another pretty big rivalry is Texas and Oklahoma State. Folks from Oklahoma hate anything from Texas, probably vice versa as well. But you got number 6 Oklahoma State going in here. And this is another one that it's hard for me to see Texas having a chance in this.
Oklahoma State just had a pretty tough game against Iowa State, so I'm sure they're pretty tired. But, I mean, Texas just doesn't seem like that. Yeah. They don't seem like a top 25 football team, which makes me think a team as good as Oklahoma State won't have a problem with them, right?
They should.
So I see Oklahoma State winning this pretty handily.
Yeah. Then you have a couple of the ranks, but this is a weird one. Number 3 Ohio State. They're already number 3 after one game. That's nice.
I mean, if we're being honest, they probably deserve it.
Probably so. They're going to be against number 18 Penn State. Does Penn State deserve to be number 18 is the question.
They won't be after this because I predict Ohio State's going to win 28 plus points.
Yeah, okay.
They're going to go in there, absolutely steamroll Penn State.
Yeah.
Gosh, if Indiana can beat you, anyone can beat you, right?
Ouch.
I mean,
Sorry,
Ohio
Indiana.
State is going to demolish Penn State.
Okay, and then our final one, as far as just the regular games, we got number 9 Wisconsin's going to face a hapless Nebraska.
Wisconsin last week, their quarterback had a incredible performance.
This is their redshirt quarterback.
Incredible.
Mertz.
20 of 21, 5 touchdowns, 200 plus yards. Beautiful game for him. But wait.
But wait is right. So first of all, Cone, their original starter, was out, had surgery at the beginning of this month. And now Mertz and the number 3 backup quarterback, also a redshirt freshman, are out because of COVID. They've tested positive. So they're out for 21 days. That's the rule in the Big Ten. Wow. So the number 4 quarterback, I think his name is Danny. Danny, congratulations, bud. He is.
This kid did not think he was going to start. That's all we have to say.
He didn't. But the good news for you is you've got a really good team that you're playing on. And you're going against Nebraska. So this is a great time to practice and get in a good groove for the next few games.
Yeah, agreed. I really do agree. I do think Wisconsin still wins this game, even with their 4th string quarterback.
Even if they just ran
I do want to know if there's any other players out. Like, it's just the whole team out, then maybe Nebraska can't win.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about some upsets.
All right,
potential ones?
Riding on a little bit of a happy/sad trail from last week with getting Indiana, but not getting NC State.
Hey, it's always happy if you have one upset pick.
So I'll go with the one who I think is more reasonable. I'm going to say Auburn's going to beat LSU. I believe LSU is 3-point favorites right now. That's because Auburn has the rest on their side, clearly paying them off consistently every single week here because they should have 3 losses that they don't have right now.
It makes the SEC...
or something ridiculous. It makes them look so bad.
Look really
Absolutely.
bad. Yeah.
And then, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, it's kind of a risk to choose Auburn because Bo Nix is just such a...
you never know.
Random quarterback in terms of if he's going to do good or not. I just don't think LSU's that great right now. I do understand that they beat...
they had a big game last week.
Last week. But, I mean... Auburn wins this. Okay. Slightly confident.
What's your next one?
Now, this one's a little bit riskier, okay? A little bit riskier. This is going to be another one of my Indiana-type picks. I think Kentucky's going to beat Georgia.
Wow.
All right, hear me out.
That is risky.
Kentucky, not necessarily top of the crop when it comes to the SEC, but they're no longer, I would say, the bottom of the barrel either. They're not a Vanderbilt-type team anymore. They can go in and they can at least compete against some teams. So I think they go into Georgia, they keep it close until the end, and then win by a field goal.
Okay. Georgia would be pretty disappointed.
They would be. They really, really would be.
Yeah. But that's our look at Week 9. And so join us when we see what happens.
Go Broncos.